I didn't look in the mirror and say certain points to myself over and over again to make sure I have them right or anything like that. I've chosen to speak from the heart in my opening statements, and now I'm going to speak from the heart. What you won't hear me do is argue facts. And the reason you won't hear me argue facts is because I believe that it takes away from what should be recognized. The tragedy of this event, it should be recognized. Trying to argue facts of this, facts of that, I'm not going to waste your time doing that. It's a little emotional. I apologize for the long pause. It's hard to keep everything together emotionally. Um, and honestly, I don't believe that I have any more tears left. Um, it's been a hard year um, for the families, mostly. Um, and that should not be lost on anyone. It shouldn't be taken away. Um, I said it before and I'll say it again. It's a lot of people that are healing, that are attempting to heal. Um, that opens the door to talk about forgiveness for a little bit. Um, with every healing process, there comes a forgiving process. Um, it's not an easy thing for anyone. What you've been hearing from the prosecution, and not to take anything away from them, but let's call it what it is. You've been hearing a lot of rerun. Same things over and over and over. No different than when you turn on the radio and you first hear that song that you don't like when you first hear it, but they play it so much that eventually you start saying it, the words to yourself before you even realize it. And then you go, I hate that song. Why am I singing? That's what's been happening. Rerun over and over and over and over and over and over and over. Attempting to make things stick in your head that simply aren't true. Why do I say, what am I saying? I say, look at the testimony. You know, the thing from the prosecution here has been intent, 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 intent. We all know what's been said. We all know the picture that's been painted. Even the prosecution said themselves. How can you look at somebody's head and say, this is what they intended to do? You know, for a year, I've sat and gone through this, feeling so powerless. You know, letting other people run with the narratives. sit back helpless while other people paint a picture that has zero truth. Zero. I understand about healing myself, tragedy, pain, all that. A lot of it, there's no need to get into. I myself in my own life have had to do a lot of healing. As a man with children myself, I find it hard to believe that anyone who's really had conversations with me, spent time around me, would think for 1 second that this is an intentional act. I've never heard of someone intentionally trying to hurt someone while attempting to blow their horn. While attempting to alert people of their presence. Which brings me to more information that I believe that you should have been privy to. And I'm sure that the prosecution will beg to differ. But the fact of the matter is, the vehicle in question, make a model of 2010 Ford Escape. The vehicle in question, actually 2008, 2009, and 2010 of that model was in fact recalled.
Objection. Misstatement of the facts. Facts not in evidence.
Was in fact.
Argument, Your Honor. Sustained.
Was in fact recalled. Was in fact a class action lawsuit against Ford.
Objection.
For those model vehicles.
Sustained. The juror will disregard.
Information that you should have been privy to, that you weren't allowed to be privy to. Why? I don't know. That information, malfunctioning throttle bodies.
Mr. Brooks, move out.
It's information that you should have been privy to. Vehicles that malfunction and accelerate, not being able to be stopped.
Objection. That is.
It's information. It's information.
Hold on. Go ahead. Move to strike statements by. Sorry for the interruption. Facts not in evidence, Your Honor, and it's a complete misstatement. Sustained.
How's it a misstatement when I have the information?